Last year marked the beginning of a decade-long tribute to South Carolina's role in establishing our great nation. As we approach the big milestone, local jubilees are becoming more and more plentiful. Let's welcome SC250 Charleston Committee board members Catherine Pemberton and Rob Shank. I want to thank you both so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And before we get into all the exciting things that have been going on, Catherine, can you give us kind of a brief overview of what SC250 Charleston does?
Yes, so we're a nonprofit, and we are the county committee of the state SC250 Commission. In the lead up to the sesquicentennial, the 250th anniversary of the Revolutionary War, all the states have 250 commissions. In South Carolina, they really wanted to make sure that every county had a committee. And so we had a resolution with Charleston County that puts us in play, and we've been organizing over the past couple of years, and we've been recruiting actively, building that steering committee, and they're really going to be our boots on the ground.
Yeah, and we have a little under 2 years, right, until the big anniversary, the big celebration, but there's been a lot of celebrations happening, especially within the past few years, or the past year specifically. Rob, what are some of those celebrations?
Well, I think most notably, we and Catherine really led the charge here in developing this great outdoor program that covered the Charleston Tea Party, or the Charleston Tea Protest, in December of last year. And really, I think it's important to note, even though we're focused on really 1776, which would be 2026 for us, 250 years later, there are important commemorations going on even today. So we've been talking a lot about the First Continental Congress, a Congress that isn't necessarily as well known as the second, where the Declaration is signed, but still a really important early foundation for South Carolina and really the formation of the United States of America. It's the first great kind of coming together of the different colonies, really starting to establish the rights that the colonists sought from the crown. And here in Charleston, 5 delegates were elected and sent to this Congress in Philadelphia, and played a really important role.
Yeah, and of course there's going to be events happening very soon, but before we get into that, since we spoke to you guys about a year ago, and a lot's been happening since then, but there's been some exciting recent grants that have happened. Can you speak to what some of those are?
Yeah, so a lot of them are still continuing. The Powder Magazine is still working on a grant that we got several years ago to do research about British occupied Charleston. That was from 1780 to 82. The Library Society had a grant to scan Revolutionary War documents. A recent grant that came to Charleston County was to Joe McGill and Herb Frazier to do research about African American history during the Revolution and create living history programs that they're going to make available all across the state. So there's a lot going on. It's really exciting.
And it's important to highlight that you, Catherine, are the museum director at the Powder Magazine.
Yes, ma'am.
And Rob, you are executive producer at Wide Awake Films. And another grant is the Battle of Sullivan's Island animated presentation is in partnership with Wide Awake Films. Tell us about what we can expect from this.
Yeah, we're really excited about this opportunity that South Carolina 250 is helping to fund. And really, these animated presentations are designed to be around 12 minutes. They're filled with lots of dynamic kind of map presentations, live action sequences, historical imagery. I mean, they're designed to really capture the attention of people who don't really know much about these historical moments. And so we're excited to create this presentation. We expected to see it in schools. We expect to see it in visitor centers. We really see it, as Catherine mentioned earlier, as a means of kind of educating South Carolinians as to this remarkable moment that led to Carolina Day on June 28, 1776.
Wow, Carolina Day. When can we expect this presentation to
We're
be
hoping
done?
to produce it and release it in about a year's time from now. So the idea is to have it out before we get to the 250th commemorations, because we need to educate South Carolinians. They need to know about this amazing battle where Patriot forces from the Carolinas defeated the Royal Navy and the British Army right here in Charleston.
Yeah, and now we just touched on a very few of the several events that will be happening over this next year, and of course 2026. I want to thank you both so much for being here with us today. And for more information, SC250charleston.org is the best place to go. And we look forward to talking to you guys soon.
Great.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thanks for having us.
We're back in 2 minutes.